Plaintiff Robert Jones Jr. was a police officer for 10 years, but after he got injured in the line of duty, he decided to retire and open a restaurant. Robert hired the defendant despite his criminal history with drugs, and he turned out to be one of their best cooks. However, Robert was forced to fire him after he was caught selling drugs. He's suing him today for an unpaid loan. Defendant Sean Gilmore admits that growing up, he got caught up with the wrong crowd and started selling drugs. Sean claims he eventually ended up in jail, and once he was released, he decided to turn his life around, and that's when he started working for Robert. Sean denies that he was selling drugs while working for Robert and insists he was wrongfully terminated.
Prove your case.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I am a former police officer. I was a police officer for 10 years. I was disabled in the line of duty and medically retired. Since then, I've bought a restaurant and own it. It's a small-town restaurant in Rockville, Indiana. Sean, the defendant, had come to us back in September looking for employment. When he came to us, he was open and up front, told us that he was a convicted felon, that he had gotten in trouble in the past for drugs. My manager, Vicky Spur, will later testify to that when he spoke to her. She called me, asked me what I wanted to do, and I said, yes, let's give him a second chance, as you've done.
Good.
Sean came and worked for us. He worked for us about 8 or 9 months, and he was a great employee. He was probably one of the best ones I had.
Good.
He did a great job as a cook, and he was just great.
Let me hear some background from you, sir.
I was born in Flint, Michigan, raised in the Detroit area, Mount Clemens Heights, 7 Mile and Gratiot area, north end of Flint, back and forth.
Tough towns.
I got involved in selling drugs, running around with wrong people, which is no excuse. I made all my decisions myself. By the time I was 20, I decided that I was pretty much done and sick and tired of being up there and around and doing everything that I was doing. I decided to move back down with my grandparents in Indiana. I received my GED when I got down there. Got my license for the first time. And once again, I found things around there, selling drugs.
Where? Where did you move to this time?
Clinton, Indiana. Terre Haute, Indiana is where I was at, right outside of Clinton.
Right where one of the most notorious prisons in America is, Terre Haute, Indiana.
Yes, sir.
Not only do you sell drugs, you go and sell them near the most notorious prison in America.
I did before, yes.
Why didn't you just knock on the door and tell them you want it back in?
Pretty much.
You may as well, sir. Go ahead.
That was the first time that I got caught.
Oh, that was the time. I thought you had
I've never been arrested in Michigan.
All right, go ahead.
I got arrested. I did a 3 out of a 6-year sentence. While I was incarcerated, I completed a drug rehab program voluntarily.
Good.
Got certificates for it. When I was let out, I violated. This last time I received 21 months.
How did you violate?
I didn't complete. I completed a drug and alcohol program inside of incarceration, but when I got out, I was okayed to go to Florida on my paperwork, to work down there and everything like that. But part of my paperwork was that I was to complete the drug and alcohol program.
And you didn't finish.
I didn't finish that, and so it put a violation through.
All right, tell me how you got the job and how that went. He says you were a pretty good employee, aside from the unpaid loan he's suing you for. Go ahead.
Everything, it was all right. I worked there and I tried to do the best I could. I felt like I was given another chance. He was good to me. Vicky was really good to me.
Why did you stop working there?
I came into work on a Thursday, and I was out back smoking a cigarette, and Bob pulled up and said that one of the kids that worked there had said that I tried to call up and sell him drugs on the phone. And I said, no. And I said, so he's the one who said this, and he was working in there at the time, the kid who allegedly said this.
So that's why you were terminated, based on that allegation?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right, sir, you want to get to the unpaid loan, or first you can tell me why he was terminated?
Yes, sir. On June 17th, he was scheduled to work till 1 p.m. He had left at 11 without notifying us, so it kind of put us in a bad position. And then later that evening, he'd made a phone call into the restaurant, and my manager, which he will testify to, heard him on the phone offer to sell, I think the term he used was pot,
really,
to one of our employees.
Let me hear from her.
And this is Mrs. Spur, Vicky
State
Spur.
your name.
Vicky Spur.
What did you hear?
The phone conversation was, I actually picked up the phone in my office, and the phone conversation was between Sean and another employee. He was just trying to sell some.
All right.
Your Honor, if I
Yes,
could-
sir.
Ms. Spur, when this was all confronted on that Thursday when I came into work, Bob had her come out back, and I asked her, was that me on the phone? And she said to him, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I can't 100% verify
All
that
right,
that was
it's just
Sean on the phone.
coincidence, sir, that the employee said it was you and she said she heard you. So, okay, I got your point. Good enough. Now, can we get to the loan?
Yes, sir. In May, Sean had came to me. He had had a girlfriend, and she became pregnant. And he came to me and asked for a loan. He had some unpaid tickets and fines with the courts, and he wanted to get a driver's license and pay for a registration so he'd be legal to drive.
And obviously, you agreed to loan him.
Yes,
How
sir.
much?
I was trying to help him out.
How much?
The amount was $2,069, and I have a breakdown here, if I could offer
Let's
that
see
as
it, please.
evidence.
And what were the terms of the loan repayment?
The amount of the loan was $2,069. It was 10% interest, and there was a promissory note signed by
Let's
him.
see it.
In there, you'll find every fine we paid for.
What were the terms of repayment?
He was going to pay $50 a week
Okay.
while he was employed with
And he
us.
failed to do so, obviously.
Yeah, and once he was terminated, he was responsible for paying the whole
All
loan
right,
off
sir.
in full.
He helped me out, and he paid
So
off
you
all
got
my-
to speak up. I know you're a little nervous because
he had,
you get nervous around judges, but
No.
He's been around him enough.
yeah, you've been around them enough to.
I feel as if, I owe him the part of the money that I didn't pay, that I haven't paid back so far. I paid off one or two $50 before I was terminated, the weeks, and I left my last paycheck, which was for a day or a day and a half, and told them to keep that towards that.
Do you agree you owe or not?
Yes, I feel as if I owe him. I owe
Okay.
him for what he helped me out with that I haven't paid back. But what was said, the thing that I worry about the most is I didn't try to sell nobody any drugs up there.
All right.
And if I could countersue for anything, which you can't legally, then it'd be an apology. People in that town that I go and I cook their food every day, which would see me in that town, hey, how you doing, Sean, and everything like that. Now, when I see some of the same people.
Sir, let's move on. All right, you have no real defense. You do admit that you owe him. I'm glad to hear that you are not trying to get out of your debt. You're willing to pay. And quite frankly, ma'am, he couldn't be selling too much weed. He couldn't pay his loan off. So now I'm back with you. Yeah, that wasn't him on that phone. Judgment for the plaintiff as requested. Have a good day.
I still respect Sean. He is probably one of the best cooks I ever had to this day. And I wish him the best of luck and his family. I know he's a good guy.
Thank you. I borrowed the money off of him. He helped me out, and that's just how things go. So, thank you.